Okay, hopefully we're live. So we're here today at Into the Box. We're starting a new podcast, Modernize or Die. So this is a soapbox edition, where we're going to mix it up a little bit today because we're going to do it short and sweet because the mariachi band is on the way. So I'm Gavin Pickin. And with
Andrew
me-
Davis. Nobody important.
So we're here today at Into the Box. That's the latest news. Into the Box is great. We're having a lot of fun. So what do you learn today, Andrew?
Man, I tell you, I learned a lot. I learned to go to bed early, get up early, have a good breakfast, and you can learn a lot. But no, in all seriousness, there's you guys constantly putting out good stuff. Sat in on the CB Streams module and rule box, and I've seen it come along since it started, and really excited to get to use it. To be honest with you, I want to get on it. It's fun.
Yeah, see, obviously I work with Otis, and I get to work with these guys every day, but it's so hard to keep up with everything we're doing that I actually come here so I can learn stuff. I don't get a chance to meet with the guys that often, so I go to Luis's CB Streams.
Yep.
I went there as well because I haven't used it yet. I wanted to get into it, so it's been a lot of fun to actually sit down and watch these things. So I'm interested in Rulebox. We learned a little bit about Rulebox today. There's a lot of great stuff going on there. And we had a couple of community members speaking about Command Box. So it was really interesting to see Dan Card. He did a great presentation on Command Box and how he's using it. And then we also had Noel and Eric right after that give us a Command Box versus Node. And so for us, that's a little bit of a war.
Well, Gavin, let me ask you this. What is this podcast going to be like? We know it's not going to be our ugly faces on here all the time, right?
Maybe.
Oh, okay. Well,
It's a podcast, though, so if you don't want to see us, you can just listen to the
Okay.
podcast.
Yeah.
But if you want to see us because you're a little,
well, this
crazy.
is my bad side. Let me turn over here. Okay,
Yeah.
so we'll be good now, right? But no, in all seriousness, I hope you guys enjoy what Gavin's got coming. It'll be real fun, probably informal. I think there's going to be one that's formal and one that's a little less informal. I'll probably be on the less informal one just because I'm less informal.
Yeah, so basically one of them's going to be about 10, 15 minutes every week. We're just going to go over the latest news. So we'll tell you about the conferences that are coming out, the opportunities to be a speaker at some of these conferences. We'll give you updates on the latest releases to the CFML engines, patches, and security updates and stuff like that. And we'll also give you the option to find out a little more about what we're doing at Otis. So we'll tell you about the packages that are coming out, the new releases, and then most importantly, I think, is those VS Code extensions.
Yeah, really. Yeah, be careful about the packages you tell us about. But in all seriousness, there's a lot of good modules that the Otis guys put out. I use them pretty much daily. I've learned to, dive in and use them and accept it. And why reinvent the wheel? The wheel's already round and rolls and it's got good traction. And man, we're getting a picture taken on my bad side again. Wow, man,
Paparazzi's
I feel
here, man.
important. I really do. I feel important.
Yeah, I've got a big cowboy here in Texas, and they're laying it on thick here. But so we're also going to do some VS Code extensions. So we'll give you a VS Code of the week.
Hi,
Luis.
Luis.
You're on camera right there, live broadcasting.
Let's say
Yep.
hi while you're at it.
So so we got to do a VS Code extension of the week. So we'll give you some tips there as well, and then we're going to look at ForgeBox because there's, like you said, a million modules up there that I don't even know half of them. So we're
Right.
going to focus on one every week, and then we'll give a little 5-minute interview there. So basically, that's a short one, nice and sweet, about just basically news. We'll give you some developer tips, hints, and then we'll go over some modules and stuff.
So you said ForgeBox. We'll play mainly talking about the packages that are on ForgeBox, but I'm going to give you guys a shameless plug because ForgeBox Pro, I've been wanting for a couple years now. You're right, and some of the additions you've got on there is pretty nice. Oh, my mouth. So sorry. So sorry, people.
Sorry, we're not professionals here. Basically we're going to walk through. That's going to be the short podcast, a little bit like this, informal, just two guys talking about different stuff. We're going to walk through, and nice, short, sweet, and up to the point. But for those of you who want more, who aren't sick of Otis talking, getting up on our soapbox, there's going to be a soapbox edition as well. So that soapbox edition is basically going to be interviews. We're going to have people from the Otis team, but also from the community. So we're going to have people come in. They're going to tell us about their projects, why they're building, the tools they're building. And And so, yeah, I mean, I think that'll be interesting as well. So there's a lot of great speakers here. So we're going to try and get some recorded this week, and then we'll release them weekly as well. So that'll be 30, 60 minutes. And we've talked to some really good people. So who do you want to hear from, Andrew? Who do you want to see on this podcast?
Who do I want to see on the podcast? I would say Brad, but we were all tired of hearing Brad speak, right? No.
Well, he does like to talk.
He does like to talk, and you're probably going to hear a lot of Brad, I think. But as far as from the community, I mean, there's so many people here. I don't want to hear feedback, but hey, you want some feedback? You want a little feedback?
No.
Sorry, Brad. Brad is over here. He's about to kill us because we're messing him up. No? Okay. I'm not either.
I think I'm too close to a cable here. We're wired up to the wazoo here for the live stream. So if you guys are watching this, tomorrow we're going to have the second keynote. So today we live streamed the first keynote, and that was a lot of good information. We had Luis come up here, give us the history of the cold box. Brad was up talking about ForgeBox Enterprise, which is amazing. And then we had Sam Knowlton come up and tell us a little bit about his developer story. So tomorrow we have a lot more of the Otis team because Brad and Luis stole all the time and we ran out of time. So you didn't get to see me or Eric or anybody else from the Otis team. So tomorrow we're going to have everybody else. So come find out a little more about Quick, QB. You'll find out about Content Box. We got so many products I can't keep track of them all half the time.
Yeah, you guys have put out a lot. I'm sitting there trying to think who I want to actually call out from the community because there's quite a few.
I think we should get Pete in here because he was in the keynotes today. So he should come up and tell us about his new product. So Pete, come over here.
Pete, we've got one for you here.
So here we go.
I didn't hear anything you said except for something about Pete.
It's all
Yeah.
you. Okay.
So
Hello. On the screen.
Shuffle over a little bit here.
Okay.
So we're doing a little live Periscope Twitter
Oh, yeah,
feed
you're on
here.
Oh,
Yeah. So
hello.
Hi, Mom.
yeah, those two people that are
Okay,
watching,
yeah.
they're having a blast. So but yeah, so we just talked about the keynote and what we've done today.
Yep.
So you spoke at the keynote about a new product. So you want to tell everybody about what's coming?
Of
Fixinator?
course, yes. So Fixinator is if you're not aware of what it does, it's a tool for scanning your CFML code, looking for security vulnerabilities in it. It can look for known vulnerable third-party issues. It looks for jar files that might be vulnerable, JS files even. And it's also designed to be really easy to implement in a continuous integration pipeline. So like when you commit your code to GitHub or Bitbucket or GitLab or whatever, you can spin off and have it automatically check for security issues and then flag you. So that's kind of the core of the product. But what we also talked about at the keynote today is some integration that's going to happen in ForgeBox Pros and ForgeBox Enterprise that will allow your packages that are on there to be scanned, your private packages and stuff.
So yeah, I mean, for me, that's awesome because obviously with Otis, we work with a lot of customers and some use Git, some use Bitbucket, some use GitLab. Everyone's different. It sounds like you got all of those covered, so that's going to be great. So awesome.
Yeah, so implementing it as a command box command was it made it really easy to allow it to work in whatever environment that it needs to. So.
Yeah, so that's awesome. So cool. Well, yeah, you also. Yeah, we always love having Pete here. He's got his booth outside, so
For sure.
Yeah, Pete's always been a good supporter of Into the Box, and he makes it great every year. So thank you, Pete. We appreciate all the work you do for the communities.
Thank you,
And
Kevin.
your security classes always scare the crap out of everybody.
That's the goal.
We thank you for that. I think. Cool. Well,
Awesome.
get back to the food.
All
the
right.
mariachi's coming. So.
All right, thanks, guys.
Thanks, Pete.
Yeah, and so let me just say one thing. Pete's a very, how should I say? What's the word I'm looking for? He's very, what's the word I'm looking for?
I'm not sure.
I'm not either. Very modest because Fixinator is really, really cool. It actually, we had no clue. Whenever he first released it, I got an API key for him to test it out and realized that we had a vulnerable Java loader. Had no clue.
Wow.
In production. I mean, that's scary because it's Java loader, which is jars loading that could do whatever. And probably because of that, I'm still have a job today, right? Because if I didn't, there's no telling what would happen in 5 or 10 years if something would come out. So, Pete, we do thank you.
Yeah, the tool makers in this community are keeping our jobs alive. I mean, like Louis said in the keynote back in 2009, he almost left. I mean, he was looking at Groovy, like of all things Groovy. But he stuck around, and Otis continued to grow, and we got all these great tools, and everyone keeps building on it. And we got 100 or so people here enjoying Into the Box. They're enjoying Happy Box out in the hallway. I smell that food. I see them all having their fun. yeah, it's just been a great time. So
And we're sharing that fun with you, right? Hopefully. I hope.
yeah, those 2 people watching, they're having a great time.
That's great.
So,
Love you, Mom.
hi, Mom.
I love you,
Yeah.
Mom. Yeah, you do. Love you,
Oh,
Mom.
crap, that's who
so.
they
That's a whole nother section to talk about. Luis was tired of cold box and all, and I had a similar story. I mean, I'm sure there's other people that come to a
I
breaking
think you
point.
said tired of Cold Fusion, not tired of Cold Box.
Oh yeah, whatever. But it was before cold box because I wasn't even on cold box, and that cold box is what really revived me. It's coming back into Cold Fusion.
Yeah, he had to have an intervention. He was a PHP developer for a while there, and
Well,
yeah,
I quit programming for 4 years altogether. I just had enough, and I did come back on PHP and ran into Gavin with this content box stuff over here, and I had everything I needed. And it's kind of funny because I joke around that I learned cold box backwards by learning content box because it had everything I needed to work off of, and that was excellent.
yeah, so we've had fun. I got to know him over the last couple of years. He's doing a lot of good things for the community too. He's helping out with Quick QB. I know Eric loves having somebody else finding errors and even fixing them and writing documentation. So, yeah, that's why Andrew's here. He's a community member that's doing a lot of good things, and we're happy to have him here. And we thought, what's better than a Kiwi and a redneck talking on a podcast about Cold Fusion, a dead language?
Yeehaw, in Texas, no doubt.
Yeah, in Texas.
So
yeah,
we
got
really
the
are
mariachi hats.
really misfits here.
Yep. So, but anyway, the mariachi band is coming. I can hear them coming almost. But anyway, we just wanted to give you guys a short shout out. Tell you we got this podcast coming. Like I said, we're gonna have 2 versions. We have a longer one and a shorter one. But if you're not here into the box, you guys are missing out. Again, we've had it here in Texas several years now, and it's a blast. We have 2 days, lots of tracks. So we're only halfway down through the tracks. We had a workshop Wednesday, and we had 16 sessions today. I got another session. Brad's got 4 more tomorrow. That guy can, I mean,
He loves to
to talk, but he also gets to talk too. So he had a keynote in 1 session today, and tomorrow he's got a keynote in 3 more sessions. So I'm not sure. I'm just happy I've got 1 more, and then I'm done, because I'm trying to make this stuff work for you. So again, check out the keynote tomorrow. We're going to be posting it on Twitter. We'll be posting on YouTube as well. So please check that out. And then, basically all this podcast will be starting up soon. We'll be publishing the new website. It's going to be Modernize or Die. So we have the CFML News Edition, and Andrew's going to be my co-host, and we're going to have people come on and help us talk some smack.
Talk some smack. We can definitely talk some smack.
Yep, and then I'll have other members of the community come on, and we'll do the Soapbox Edition, which will be more interviews and everything else. So I see Matt Clemente over there. I know Brian Class is here. We're going to get some customers. I got some customers sitting right in front of me here making faces at me, but they're going to be on the podcast too. So we'll give you guys some customer stories. We'll tell you about some problems we had, some how we fixed them, and hopefully we can show you the pains that we went through so you don't have to face them yourself. So anyway,
I think we need to go party.
yep. Sorry. No time for podcasts, guys. We had enough here. So
Later, guys.
thanks for listening. And look forward to all these podcasts coming into your ears and YouTube channel near you. Thank you.